Hello again, 4x4 levers. So, I bought this Tarmac Works a while ago, and I saw that it said Wilks Brothers on it. I just assumed that was some sort of like coach builder or like cookie company or something like that, which means I know nothing about the history of Land Rover. It turns out with the way of these two brothers, Spencer and Maurice Wilks, they were management at the Rover car company. Rover went under quite a ways back, but they were around back in the early 1900s, and then World War II happened. And so after World War II, England was still rationing out steel. But these guys Maurice had a old surplus U.S. Jeep, and he would drive it around his farm. And since they were having a hard time getting steel, they decided they would make a 4x4 version, the British version of the Jeep, and that became the Land Rover. And that's how they were able to, acquire more metal for the Rover car company and try to basically like fund Rover because they were primarily a luxury car company. So they used the post-war era to make a Jeep kind of vehicle, and now history has shown that Land Rover has outlasted the parent company Rover. Okay, anyways, that's a long story, but anyways, let's get into this thing. I guess that box is torn. I think I just did that myself. Yeah, typical Tarmac box. The more modern Tarmac box is good, really small. You can see the product. It's actually probably the best packaging right now in diecast. You can see at least half the vehicle, and it's still not getting scratched up, and it's small enough they can actually keep this. Okay, well, anyways, what's on the back? This is matte blue gray. It's their QC number 6. Alright. So, before I forget, I'm pretty sure most Tarmac Works, the globals are meant to roll like Hot Wheels. Let's get into these photographs here. I'm not sure when this livery was done. Oh, this is not even the right livery. I thought this was the Wilks brother livery. Hold on a second. Alright, these are the proper photos. Anyways, some photos said this came on 2020. I don't know if this is a straight up panel van or if they just put a graphic over the side window. I don't know the answer to that. But one website here says engine choices could be either an inline 4 of normal gas or diesel gas. You could get a 3-liter 8-cylinder or a 5-liter 8-cylinder, and that top engine makes 525 horsepower. But even the 4-cylinders can make 200 to 300 horsepower. So, I mean, it's a truck. You're not trying to win races with this thing. So you just want to go off-road every now and then. Alright, anyways, you compared the photos. I think it looks pretty good myself. Alright, starting with the wheels. Very nice. I can see 5 little lug nuts painted black there. Maybe a little paint got on the side there. It's pretty hard to do. And then the wheels are passing air, as you can see. There's no brake though on a Tarmac Works Global, but on a truck on a wheel like this, I don't think you need to see a brake anyways. And then it actually has proper side blocks. It looks like a truck tire, but not so monstrous that it looks like a monster truck tire. So it looks good. It's actually concave as well. It's not just a slab-sided tire. So it's got some depth and dimensionality to it. Decent enough tread, although I've never seen a tire look like that, but it's interesting. Let me back out a little bit. While we're at the bottom here, what's it say? Tarmac Works Global. Nope, it says Tarmac Works. Okay, and then nice, it says the scale, what it is. Just doesn't say a copyright date. And then it's nice that these are screwed together if you want to modify something. And then I think all these globals roll. This one rolls really well. I really like this paint. It is a matte finish, but it is metallic at the same time, so it contradicts itself. This door handle, it's kind of missing some details. Like, it's missing the depth of the finger recess above and below it. So that's unfortunate that they were lazy, because making the mold, it would have made no difference to have concave recesses above and below it, because it was pulling out sideways. there is some fine detail here, and it's painted black. A little sloppy, but not too bad. What is nice is they printed on this little graphic of these little, I guess they're little plastic rub strips, but this has this little cutout in that plastic, and it is there. The bottom sill here is painted black, a little contaminant there. This mirror is nice, it's rubbery, so they've gone to like mini GT style mirrors, so that's really cool. I mean, that's a really thin piece of rubber holding that on, so if that was plastic I would have broken it already. And then there's also silver paint, which is nice. I'm starting to actually like the silver paint mirrors more because foil stickers can fall out, but paint's never going to fall out. Okay, so yeah, it looks like a panel van. I don't know if they have a different casting for one with a window or what. I think they have other castings with an accessory pod as well on the side, so that's a different vehicle, and it's entirely. I'm going to go around to the back here. So we have some silver, and we have a license plate printed on. Sorry, my camera's really low. I hit it with my hand. Every time I try to hit the focus, you know, that's when I hit the camera. So if you've watched my channel a while, that's why I knocked the camera around, if you want me to focus it. Okay, so there's recesses here, and they're painted red. It looks good. These tiny little rimmed areas are red as well. These are probably the backup lights, if I had to guess, based on the photo. Now what's weird is they got the recess of the hand grab on the back door, but they didn't do it on the more important doors. So that's really strange. There's not much here, but you can definitely see it right there. The light that way, see? It's very strange that they did that. The Defender looks good. There's even some text below it, but it's in shadow. It's hard to see. And then the Land Rover logo looks good as well. Okay. Yeah, this whole tire and wheel from the side, so that's nice. And then we have really thin panel defroster lines or whatever, window defroster lines. So you can still see the interior. It's just the blurriness of the plastic that's making it a little difficult, not the lines. And then the blackout looks pretty good. So this third brake light's a little bit messy though. You know, it's not a black ran like that. It does look black in the photograph. It's probably like smoked plastic on the real truck. Alright, fuel filler doors, nicely done. In fact, all the panel cuts are looking pretty good. The paint's better on this side. Oh, look at this. See, the recess is there. So maybe it was molded. It's just when they came out of the mold on this side, it's gone, right? Or did they forget to do it on this side? I mean, I don't think the paint's that thick because it's metallic. Maybe they should have exaggerated that recess even deeper. I mean, they clearly got it right on the here. Strange. Very strange. Okay, going to the top, we have some printed on windows up here. And some molding or rain gutters, this antenna, some sort of multi-piece roof of some sort. White has a hard time covering up diecast or plastic, and so you see the edges here. But this, I would assume this is plastic, but why does it look black there? I don't know. Okay, there's a big side window. There's a big side door. I mean, it's a two-door, but that's a big door, it seems. Okay, we got some wiper blades molded in, painted black, as well as the whole black out of the window with those little sensor openings. Looks pretty good. Nice texture here, as if you could step on the hood. I'm sure you probably wouldn't want to do that on the real one. And then this little power bulge. A little contaminant there. The fender is printed pretty nice there on the hood. And then this logo, let's see if we can make sense of that. I can't really see that's legible, but it looks kind of like a Land Rover logo. Now the headlights are quite interesting. Look at this. This thing actually passes air underneath here. And I do see that on the front photograph. It's hard to tell, but there's some sort of vent there. What's not so great is this looks pretty clear. This looks very frosted. I don't know if there's some sort of vapor from the glue they used. Maybe it's like crazy glue. And then also, why is this? This is like there's air here, and I think this is just totally filled in with glue. It looks like school glue. It's really odd. It's I don't know. It's strange. strange. I guess on the real truck, it's hard to tell in that photo, but maybe there's air passing there. And so that's why they did it. It's just that this one wasn't executed well at all. So QC number 6, again, well, QC really doesn't happen as often at Tarmac Works Global as it should. Okay, nice texture here in these silver bits here, and some black here. I think maybe these are toe hooks or something, I'm not sure. Different color here, but yeah, I guess there's a different texture as well. Nice texture in there, a little black paint in there, and some little vertical lines. That's too bad. So if it wasn't for that, it'd be almost a perfect model, minus some minor paint blemishes. Yeah, okay. What about the inside? Yeah, it's just black, unfortunately, but it looks, maybe that's just the way it is on the real truck. Hold on here, I'll get a flashlight. And then, is that too bright? No, I guess it's not. Alright, typical molded details. Looks pretty good. No extra printing or anything like that. Although Mini GT is starting to do that. They got some decals on some of their interiors, and they cost less than these Tarmac Works Globals, so yeah, I'm afraid Mini GT is beating them at the game. Yeah, rear view mirror is nice. What's going on with between those seats? Why is there like, it looks like there's a Shaquille O'Neal backrest there in between the two front seats. What's the deal with that? Someone want to leave a comment? Like, that can't be right. It would pretty much block the entire rear view of the rear if you're looking in the mirror, right? That's really strange. I thought for a moment it was a post like a Hot Wheels, but it's not. It's just a, you know what, this is so weird, I gotta open up the thing. Alright, let's get a different angle. If we're gonna open this up, get the tuna can camera lifter. That's a pretty deep recess there. Yeah, that was easy enough. So if you're curious how this thing was made, that's interesting. There's like a recess there. What would that be for? Strange. Rivets. Okay. So yeah, again, I can understand the rear seats. If I could focus. Like, this is lower than those. That's normal to see in a vehicle. But what the heck is that all about? It's just so weird, the things I find in these little scale models. Steering wheel looks really good. It's really thin plastic. And even got, maybe that's a shift lever or something. A shifter or high, low, neutral, high, low gear thing. I'm assuming most of these are automatic transmissions, so that's probably an electronic transmission. A little texture right here looks pretty good. Okay, alright. The question is, do I want to I think I'll leave this interior alone, because I'm looking at the photos. It looks like it's just black in there. So I see this rear thing is also press fit on. This little plastic piece. But the front is all metal. Interesting. And then there's one peg going through the bottom, but the other two are alignments. So I wonder if they're future-proofing. There's probably going to be a limited edition one or some sort of fancy schmancy version of this casting, and it'll be screwed to a plastic plinth. And not, maybe it's a future-proof for like the owners club, you know, but I don't know if the owners clubs will ever be based on a global casting. The annual owners club models, I would assume, are going to be always based off of the hobby grade or the Road 64 grade, which seem to have a lot more details. But anyways, I guess it doesn't hurt to future-proof it for something else. Or maybe they intend to contract out to some other companies, because I think Tarmac does a lot of collaborations. Ah, that lens really annoys me. Well, at least it's a truck, so trucks are meant to get dirty, so I guess that's the excuse for that defect. Well, here's the 110 version of this vehicle from Tarmac Works. So you'll see they put a ladder on the side, roof rack, and this storage box. Nice shiny green on this one. I think the quality of this one is much better. I don't recall complaining about anything on this one. And I didn't even notice the headlights back then, I don't think. But these two are a little bit better. At least they're clearer. Right. And then oddly, the 110 and the 90, at least the 110 has no respect to the wheelbase anymore. Originally it was 110 inches, but if you look at the specs of this more modern one, it's not 110 inches. So that's probably the case for the 90 as well. Alright, let's see, we got this good old Ford by Greenlight, I think it was. Or is this, yeah, it is Greenlight. It's a 2020 Ford Interceptor utility. Masshole police. I've paid tickets there. And then we have the sex car toys of this Chinese, like, Bronco knockoff looking SUV thing. I think it's called a BAIC. It's called the Tank 300. Maybe BAIC is the company that makes the Tank 300. I can't read Chinese, so. But it's a great model. You know, nice details all around, and great price as well. I really like X-Car Toys. If you like them, you might want to watch Toys Diecast channel. He likes them a lot as well. He reviews more than I do from that brand. Okay, so there we go. Some vehicles that supposedly are all 1/64 scale. And it makes sense that this would be the smallest of them all. Which would make it a better off-road vehicle if you did want to go do some more serious off-roading. Alright, well, quality control number 6, not the best job there. Maybe you're on your coffee break or in the bathroom, because this one slid through apparently. But I've kind of gotten used to it. If you watch my other Tarmac Works videos, it seems like more than half of them have some sort of quality problem. So it's really unfortunate, because they do really cool subjects, and the overall design of their vehicles is nice, their packaging is nice. It's just somehow in the execution, kind of like Greenlight, there's always some sort of quality problem for me. But I do really love the rubbery mirrors, and so that's a great step for the future. Really, every brand should move to rubbery mirrors. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next Tarmac video. Bye.